Hello, one and all. Welcome to Wanderer's Haven. It's another great adventure here tonight where we're going to boldly go and we're going to be talking about some Star Trek adventures. This is episode 10, so we've been going forth and doing all kinds of crazy stuff. I want to thank you all and welcome you here. I'm Kevin. I'll be hosting this evening, playing as one of the characters tonight. Of course, we're going to have our illustrious Game Master Al running us through the adventure tonight, where we try to escape out of Fluidic Space. So before Al has a chance to recap and tell everybody what's going on, I just want to say that I'm Kevin. I can be found online to the socials at KevRan Games. I will be playing Commander Idan Rawl, who is a Bajoran commander, young at his post, but ready for adventure. Let's head on over to above me. Let's start with Adela. Adela, just tell us who you are, where you can be found real quick, and who you're playing tonight, please.
Of course, Adela Perez. You can find me usually playing games here with these wonderful people. Wanderer's Haven. Yes,
Yeah.
love you guys. I will be playing Ship's Doctor, Commander Jisorogu, and she is a very spicy betazoid that just likes to have a good time.
So
Loves
spicy.
the parties, loves her crew.
I love that. It's amazing. Well, good. Glad to have you back. Thank you so much. Can't wait to see what happens with that. Sitting right next to her, sharing a screen, Matt. Hey, welcome back, buddy. Good to see you.
Hey, thanks. I'm Matt. You can also kind of find me guest spotting every once in a while here at Wanderer's Haven when I'm lucky enough to get a chance to play like this awesome game. And I will be playing Lieutenant Commander Gabriel Martin, the Chief Engineer of the USS Ginsburg. Loves his crew like his family and loves his ship like maybe something more than that.
All right. Excellent. Well, good. I'm glad you guys are here. It's going to be great sharing this moment and doing this. Let's finally go down to last player to my, it would be my left, right screen. I always get it mixed up. Andrew, hi. How are you?
I'm good. I'm Andrew. You can find me at Sword Compass at various social things and medias. And I will be playing Vasily of Six, who is our ship's flight controller and who is a liberated Borg and who is now in weird space along with other people. But
Yes, indeed.
I don't know what is happening.
Right. Well,
Maybe Al help us.
that's it. Speaking of Al, our game master this evening will be Al. Al, please take it away. Lead us on a journey, my friend.
Awesome. How's it going? Al Spader, GM Admiral on all the socials. And I'm here to bring you the season finale of Star Trek Forefront. And let's just talk a little bit about what happened, because we had last month's game we had to postpone due to illnesses, basically across all of the crew. So we are here, a couple of months after the last session. So just a quick reminder that the Ginsburg came upon this crazy huge ship that had all these glass domes, and our crew here took a shuttle to investigate what this ship was, and it turns out that there were this was like there were tons of different plants growing in different pods on this ship. They found there was a seed vault, in the lower decks of this ship. But one thing that really became interesting was in one of these, giant greenhouses, essentially, they found this seed pod, and the seed pod would release particles that was very strange, particles that you just see when like a wormhole opens up, and it was very strange. And as they investigated, they learned a couple of things about these people that flew the ship known as the Cedars. And the Cedars were basically kidnapped by a member of species 8427, and they left some logs saying that this creature came out of this plant, and when we continued to investigate, our commander reached his hand in, pulled his hand out, and his whole arm was covered in this goo. Upon further investigation, that goo is the same substance as was in Fluidic Space. So everybody starts to panic. One of these aliens comes onto the ship and starts stalking down our crew, but they manage to escape and get to their shuttle just as we ask the Ginsburg to blow up the ship. We needed to close down this spatial fracture that was inside the little plant. And as the ship exploded, actually, I think you guys did the self-destruct, right?
I think that sounds right.
Yeah. And when the ship self-destructed, the fracture that was inside that seed pod kind of opened up even more and sucked the shuttle in. And we left the last session with you all kind of floating in fluidic space in your shuttle as you're watching the rupture close back to normal space. So that's where we're going to take off tonight. So I have shared with you the stats for your shuttle in case we should need it in our Discord channel. So if we need to reference it, those are the stats that we'll be using. It is a Type 8 shuttle, so fairly new shuttle type within the last 10 years. So pretty top of the line. And so a lot has just happened. You're all kind of like coming to your senses. You're starting to figure out. Vasily, as you realize you've been sucked in, the shuttle is spinning a little bit. So as you see that rupture that you guys got sucked through, the shuttle spins, and as the shuttle spins, you're looking out the front view screen / window, and there's like this. The easiest thing I can compare it to is like an asteroid. It looks like a purplish sponge, like sea sponge type structure, floating not far away from you. And as you are looking at it, you see that growing up out of this sponge structure is hundreds and hundreds of the exact same plant that contained the space rupture that you got sucked through.
No.
So,
Great.
you have an opportunity to get out, to try to get out through that fracture that is currently closing. There's also these hundreds of plants. What do you guys want to do?
Oh boy. Vasily, can you punch us out of here?
I'm trying. Can I, to start off with, can I stabilize the spin?
Yeah, let's do that. Let's you want to regain control of the shuttle.
Yes.
All right. I like it. So this is going to be, we'll call this a difficulty 2. And I'm assuming that you're going to want to use, what, daring or control?
I mean, given where we are, I'm gonna go as daring.
Yeah.
Yes.
So daring plus on.
Make it so.
Yes. And if Gabriel wants to assist, he can.
Yeah, I was just thinking I could maybe try to like boost power play and use the stabilizers.
Okay, so daring plus con, I have a focus in helm operations as I try to quickly remember how to play. We totally know how to do this. My daring con is my best set of numbers for a total of 17. What's our situation on momentum and threat?
So we're starting this as though it's a new session. So it's 8 threat, 0 momentum. This is kind of giving you a chance to earn some momentum.
All right. Okay. So I'm just going to hit the 2 things, of which that is 3 successes on 2 things.
All right. Gabriel, do you want to roll your die?
And this is just 1, right?
Yep.
Okay. And yep, solid success.
Excellent.
All right. Now, let's see. So that's 4 successes so far. Kevin,
Yes, sir.
you can roll for the ship.
Oh, great.
So the ship assists,
Okay.
right? And this is going to be, let's say, engines plus con. So it looks like a target number of 8.
Okay.
Try to get one more success on here if you can hit it.
One moment here. I don't want to blast out the keyboard here. 1d20. That's a 5.
Yeah, there you go. You're going to bank 3 momentum here. You're going to
Excellent.
There
pull
we go.
yourself out of the spin, and as Vasily gains control of the impulse drive, we'll say that Gabriel is able to use the fluidic space medium itself to help stop the spin by using some arrow flaps.
Bloop, 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 bloop.
Nice.
Bloop, bloop.
Just pinball
Knock
around a
out
bit.
some stabilizing fins.
Now, as that happens, Adela, you're starting to sense, you're getting this overwhelming feeling of fear and exhaustion coming from that purple sponge-like asteroid thing that is behind the shuttle.
Okay. Well, I'm obviously going to let everybody know. Like, I'm sensing fear and exhaustion. Oh, well, yeah, from you too. But from this asteroid over here.
From the
Let's figure
asteroid
out what's
itself?
going on. Can we run some scans on the asteroid then?
Yeah, why don't you go ahead?
How much time does it look like we have before this portal closes? Is it going like fast? Or is it
Yeah,
like
probably not a ton of time.
okay?
Okay.
So Adela, I'm gonna give you a chance to make a roll here. I'm gonna give you let's do insight plus medicine, please.
All right. We've got insight of 11 and medicine of 5. Holy shamoles. Holy shamoles. Maybe not so great. Yeah.
That's
One
This is just gathering information, so it's difficulty 0. So you get 1 bit of information at first. There are 3 life forms on that asteroid. Would you like to spend a momentum to learn more information?
You know what? Yes, I would. I would. Sorry, guys.
No, don't be
No,
sorry.
please do.
The scans that you pick up, the 3 life forms that are on that asteroid match the genetic code of the Cedars who were on the ship that just blew up.
We must save them. Look around. We've got to save the Cedars. They're on that asteroid.
We kind of do, don't we?
Vasily, how much time do we have before that closes up?
I've regained control of the navigation commander, but I have not yet had a chance to run scans on the anomaly.
Okay.
Do we have a grappling hook?
I was going to say, is there a way I want to try to basically take us to the life forms, and I want to try to, because we have suits on, right? We have like air suits, like back suit kind of things on.
So we'll assume that there are, you have your EV suits with you.
Right.
That's right. That was a big thing that we discussed on the last session. So, yeah, so you each have EV suits.
So what I want
Question before you do anything rash, Commander.
of course,
Doctor, was it shielded? And are we within transporter range?
I don't believe it picked up if it's shielded or not. Just the life forms. Which maybe if we did another scan, we could find out.
Does it seem that we could beam them over?
Ooh.
You can attempt to do a transport if you'd like.
And
I think I'd like to do that if we can try to do it
All right.
and
So,
save.
because you're in fluidic space, some weird things are going to come into play.
No.
So So it's gonna
We
be
got
difficult
this.
one. So to get all three of them here in a safe fashion, it will be a difficulty 7. Difficulty 7, control plus engineering.
I mean, can we grapple them?
You would know. You would know that fluidic space messes with transporters, sensors, and warp fields.
Okay.
Like you would know that probably, Gabriel, more than anyone.
Right.
Actually, I guess Vasily would probably know that the most. Probably somewhere buried in some long lost Borg memory engram.
I mean, yeah, we're basically flying around like some sort of weird organic honey-like stuff.
Mhm.
It's a little more slippery than honey, but it kind of looks like it, or motor oil or something.
You could
okay.
certainly get the shuttle there to try to pick them up and find them.
Right, but at that point, our window is going to close.
Correct.
So,
And you remember that
so
one
if
of the
I
things
burn,
that,
I can get what? With our current momentum, I can get 2 more dice out of it. Is that right?
Yep.
So it's a total of 4, and then maybe one person could assist me.
Vasily, maybe?
5.
Probably not with a transporter task.
No, transporter. Captain?
Take
Might
us
be
in.
close.
Take us over there. There's too much going to be messing up the works here.
Yeah, I'm basically just kind of describing the effect
Okay.
that this is having on the transport signal sensors and all that.
And just one more thing, Gabriel, you remember that? Actually, I think it was Vasily that saw the video footage on the Cedar ship that the Cedars were kidnapped by the species 8427 and not killed. They were thrown into the portal.
Yes. So that was actually leading to my question. Do we have any evidence, or can we scan for evidence of species? I have it written down as 8472. Is it 8427?
It's 8472. I might have said 27. It's 72.
I don't actually know.
Adela
So
did not send
minus-
them anyway.
Yeah.
So, because they are bad news.
They are.
They're exceptionally bad.
But it's
But-
like they're thrown in there like a purse, like, oh, we'll deal with these guys later. Chuck them in.
Well,
Just like
But
we're
they
in there
did
now.
almost start war with the Federation,
Mhm.
and that would have resulted in wiping out of all material life in this galaxy.
well, if they threw them in here, they wanted them for something, which means that I don't want them to have them. So let's make it work,
Yeah,
I
if
guess.
they're valuable.
Vasily, take us in, and I'm gonna actually make sure my EV suit is okay, I guess you could say, and I'm gonna be looking for
Yep.
like a tow cable or something to try to lasso them, try to get them in, and if we need to actually have something open to pull them in, whatever, I'll say to the doctor, be ready.
Yeah.
You could,
Yep.
I mean, you could technically land the shuttle or
okay.
like drift the shuttle next to it and just climb out or climb in as needed.
Well, let's see what we have going on then.
Yeah.
Fourth
Let's do it.
set. What is our plan for escaping fluidic space?
Oh, I'll start brainstorming that.
All right,
It's been done before.
Okay.
I
Yes,
will
it has.
fly the shuttle
Do we
through
know
the new.
that it's done, though? Do we know?
We just may not have enough power on our shuttlecraft to accomplish this thing.
Yes, you know it's been done before. You know that and in fact, species 8472 can escape fluidic space just with their energy weapons. So
Can we
it
escape?
can be done. The Voyager has done it before. Like,
We should get some other weapons.
I mean, possibly. I mean, I'm not a botanist or anything, but maybe these trees have some answers too.
Maybe they
do you want to scan? Do you want
Maybe
to do a scientific scan of
Yeah.
the asteroid thingy?
Yeah. Like, I wonder
Right.
if it could even be pushed out or pulled or slung or I don't know. Yeah.
Adela, give me a difficulty 0 reason plus science.
Okay, we've got reason 10, science 4, and let's see. The gods are with me tonight.
Not bad. 2 successes. Would I be able to help her, just like help tune the sensors? Knowing that it's fluidic space.
Well, technically, it would be the ship would be assisting her. So
Okay.
you can roll for the ship if you'd like. It is science plus sensors, which is a 6 that you're looking for.
Sensors. No dice. That's okay.
No go. Okay, but you got 2 successes. It was difficulty 0. So here's what you can find out first. This weird sponge-like structure actually is organic. It might be some type of like sponge-like skeleton. And like I said, there are several hundred of these pod plants that had the rifts in them, and you would venture to guess that every one of them has a small spatial rift contained within.
Oh my god, that's amazing. They could use that for like great evil.
Well, I immediately wonder if every rift goes back to even our plane of existence.
Probably not.
They can just dial in wherever they want to go.
Yeah, we don't want them to have that. The whole thing, the whole shebang. Oh my god.
Well, maybe the scientists will have an idea of how to stop that or turn that around. Nullify it, maybe. Close it up.
Doctor, did you pick up any of the species 8472?
24601. Yeah, we.
Species 90210.
That's something entirely different.
Right.
The species 90210.
Species
Now I have an idea for another
8675309.
Oh my god. No.
So she did not detect any initially.
Oh boy. And
So Vasilia,
now
are you going to take the shuttle in?
Yes.
So you would know that like this is like flying through molasses, right? This is this shuttle does not maneuver like you are used to at all. Luckily, you do have, like I said, some hidden Borg engram memories in the back of your brain that allows you to kind of make a few adaptations as you are piloting the ship. But there's only so much you can do, and you have to put a lot of power into the sublight engines to get it to move. And as you are approaching, you do on the view screen see two beings that are walking along, and it looks like they're kind of tending these plants. The beings are encased in what looks like what you would guess is some type of like EV suit that looks like it's been organically grown, and it looks almost like a slimy sludge around them. But the one thing you do notice right away is the backward turned knees, which was something that definitely signified the Cedars when you were looking in the computer systems.
Oh,
you
so
see
we
two of
believe
them
in the
walking around.
Cedars.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
And they, like, as you are bringing it in, they both kind of look up, and Adela, you start sensing confusion.
We've come to save you.
Waving out the window.
Yeah. Hello. All right, they're confused as to why we're here, or they're confused to even see us. So, but they're obviously tending these plants. And this is also going out on a far limb. If we were to take them and one plant and try and destroy the rest, that might not be such a bad idea.
So, Cecily, what's your plan of approach here? Are you going to actually land on the structure? Do you want to try to hover next to it? What would you like to do?
I think, given that they have fancy suits, I mean, it depends on what the commander's plan is for grappling them. Um, can we open? If their EV suits, and I say this out loud to Terra, if their EV suits work anything like ours, they may have some internal communications. Can we attempt maybe to broadcast using not our typical channels, but something that would be used for localized communication? Maybe we may be able to contact them.
Or like a speaker,
The PA system.
a megaphone. No.
I pull out my boombox and mount it on top of it.
I'm gonna roll down the
Well, I mean,
window.
surprisingly
Hey!
enough, because you are surrounded by molecular structure. Like you are surrounded by thick viscous material. In theory, compression waves should travel probably better here than in regular space, right? Or like
Yes.
because there's no air in regular space, so like you have to do everything electronically there. But here, you might be able to send some compression wave type information to them.
Like, they may not know Morse code, but they'll certainly hear it if we knock on the window hard enough.
Can I look around real quick, Al, to see, like, doing like a security check? I mean, do they seem like they are being like enslaved somehow, or like there's somebody controlling them, or they're just actively, just nonchalantly tending?
Yeah, give me insight plus security, difficulty 1.
Okay, insight and security. That for me would be a 12. Maybe. There we go. That's going to be 1 success.
1 success. That's all you need. So if you had to guess, the way these things are walking, they look fatigued. They're walking slowly. They appear to be in some level of distress.
Okay.
Overworked and underpaid, classic.
Combined with Adela's sense of fear earlier on,
Yeah.
you could kind of piece that together and say it's possible these people have been enslaved.
Okay.
I say we take them, a plant, and then destroy the whole rest of the thing.
I think we should at least talk to them.
Yeah.
And there's a chance that they'd recognize us, because it seems like they have plants from our systems.
Well, yeah, we gotta take them. I mean, they're obviously enslaved.
How's our window looking?
Like on your shuttle.
Like our escape
like
hole?
back.
Like if you don't leave now, it's going to close.
I think we crossed that bridge when we decided to go this way.
Okay.
Yeah. So I will, given that I'm imagining that fluidic space is like really slow kind of movement, I'm gonna very slowly like start to maneuver, sort of like to be floating, but like beside-ish them.
Yeah.
And
Absolutely.
then we can figure out what we want to do. Commander, I'm gonna get us closer to those creatures.
Right.
So you're basically going to be like a strawberry in the middle of the Jello mold,
Yeah.
right next to the larger strawberry in the Jello mold.
Be like,
Okay,
hey,
gotcha.
you guys, come on.
So are you going? What are you going to start broadcasting out there? Was that the plan? Was that part of the plan?
Well, that was a suggestion. I would not be
Yeah.
doing the broadcasting.
Yeah, I feel like it would be something familiar that we downloaded from the Science Center. You know, something that they maybe recreationally or like just something they would recognize. I don't know, the
Will we be
recipe,
able to
whatever.
piece together any of their language?
Well, your universal translator translated their language when Vasily got the logs.
Wondering if we could
Just like we come
So we
in
could
peace.
just-
maybe a very low,
Yeah. Come on.
like, let's use an external speaker. Be like, hello, yeah, we come in peace.
Yeah, we're trying to save you. Also, we're stuck here.
And are
like-
there bad people here.
Right.
So as you park the shuttle, those two start walking towards you. Off in the distance, there's another Cedar who is sitting down that stands up and starts making their way towards your shuttle.
We should ask them if they could bring one plant somehow, or one
Can
seed,
we
or
open the hatch and leave the force field in place so they can come in without letting all the fluid into our shuttle?
Yes.
Because I wonder if we should just open the door and let them come in.
yeah.
I like the idea of at least announcing what we're doing here first, though, just to make sure.
Mhm.
We're not sure how enslaved they are. They might try to attack us thinking we're here to do something.
Well, Commander, I have a speaker live if you want to say something.
Sure, yeah. Patch me out. And you said our universal translators will translate?
Yes.
Okay. Hello, this is Commander Adon Rawl of the USS Ginsburg. We are here in Fluidic Space. We're here to check up on you, make sure you're okay. If you need to, come forward. We can get you out of here. But we're going to need your help, if you don't mind.
Adela, you're feeling curiosity and a little bit of fear as they're approaching the shuttle, and like they're turning their heads, they're like looking the shuttle over.
Let them know that we came through the station's plant.
Didn't you say that you had a flower that they found from your homeworld?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe you can tell them you're from the planet that whatever
All
that flower
right. Yeah.
was.
Yeah. You know, beep boop.
Yeah, I motion for her to go ahead.
I am from planet Beta Z, and you have this flower that you are attending to. We're trying to help you. We
Like,
think that
one
you're
of them-
enslaved here.
One of them cocks their head the other way and puts the hands together like this.
Ah, the universal sign. Please come to us so we can all get out of here safely. Beep boop boop boop.
So you're not 100% sure, but they are definitely interested in the shuttle, and curious about the shuttle.
Yeah, they want to kick us out and take it.
Right.
I mean, should we swing it around so the back end is facing them and then drop the door and kind of wave to them and show them what we look like?
Do we have security measures set up for them to like come in and just be like in a section and not have access to?
I mean, it's a shuttle. It's not very big.
Yeah, this shuttle is not big enough to really do that.
Okay.
We should ask them about the presence of 8472.
We're here on a peaceful mission. We are not affiliated with 8472. If you are in distress, we are able to aid you and get you out of here. We will protect you if you can help us figure out what's going on with the space here.
You see one of them that kind of steps forward in front of the other two that nods their head, and then they go to put their hands out on the shuttle.
We will open and let you converse with us freely. But my crew in here will notice that I do have my phaser ready just in case. Not pointedly like I have it ready, but I'm just standing in a certain way, almost like a gunslinger. I'm turned just slightly so my hand is ready, but they won't notice it when they first come in.
Celia, you gonna maneuver to do that?
Yes. Would you like to roll something to maneuver?
No. I think you can use your. It takes a little bit longer than usual. Your thrusters, on that side, takes a little bit to push it through, but you can get there and lower the back door into the shuttle, and all three of them will walk inside. And then once they get in, you notice the weird, slimy, organic suit that they have, the hood that was covering their face, melts away and retracts into their shoulders. And they said, They look and they say, "How? What? How are you here? How did you find us?"
We came upon your station. There was a distress signal that we responded to, and when we came upon your station, we noticed your work that you were doing with the plants, and one of them was a little bit friendly and decided to give us a little bit of a ride over here.
I fear that you may have killed us all.
How so?
They will return. They always return. That's why we tend the crops.
Okay.
Tell us about these crops. Does each of them have a rift inside of it?
Yes, the first formed accidentally without us even knowing in our garden, and two random plants from two different planets cross-pollinated, and this was created. And once they found out about it, they wished to have more of them, and they kidnapped us and have been forcing us to work for quite some time.
Do these plants that you're growing here, do you know if the rifts all go back to our space?
We are not clear where they go. We had a theory that they could go to different universes based off of genetic variation.
How would you feel about destroying them and trying to leave Fluidic Space?
If they are going to use the plants for nefarious purposes,
There is a
we
very
would be
strong
for
likelihood.
destroying.
People have counted the species before, and on multiple occasions they've threatened to wipe out all life in our galaxy.
Yes, then this crop should be destroyed. I fear that they already know that you are here, though, and will be upon us soon.
How long have they been gone? How long do they have at the intervals before they come back?
It's always different. They can sense motion within this place.
Well, they probably do.
Yeah.
Yes, when one pushes against fluidic space, they know.
What's the best way to destroy those plants?
We have found that creating a blast within the rift would close it. But it must be quick. A sustained energy source can make these things grow to great proportions.
I think we should try that as soon as possible and then try and get out of here. Quick. Really quickly. Or go through one.
I wonder if there's a way that I could scan for signals that are possibly unique to amongst these plants. And if we find the correct one, we should maybe rig the shuttlecraft to explode this whole asteroid.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it does have a warp core in it. There should be enough to take out.
Do we have any sort of photon
sizable
torpedoes or any sort of
I think
ammunition?
we're limited to phasers only on this one, Commander.
Is
Can't rig up the thing?
Vasily, what do you think?
I would rig up the shuttle.
The whole shuttle?
When we came over here, it was an explosion of one of these rifts that brought us here. Could we perhaps achieve both things simultaneously by causing an explosion that would shunt us away from here, but also destroy everything that's here? It would probably just as the explosion that brought us here, it will probably leave an opening for a time, but that opening would close. So long as it destroys all the other plants, and those openings can't be reopened after, the short time that will be open, I think, is a minimal risk.
I'll turn to the scientists. Forgive me, we didn't ask for your names. Which one of you might be in charge of the three of you?
So the one that steps up in the front. My name is Liask.
Liask, I would ask, do you know of a way, with studying these plants, do you know of a way to pinpoint where exactly the rifts lead to? Are you able to figure out a way for us to basically dial home and get back to where we're supposed to go?
There is some type of quantum containment field around the apertures, and it would require being on the other side to figure out where it was.
If we had a genetic sample of the plant back on your ship, do you think that would help us perhaps create, like if we were to find the closest genetic match? Would that help us make our way home?
Potentially.
Let's pull it up. Because we have it, right?
Yeah,
You
we
see?
downloaded a bunch of stuff.
Oh, you downloaded the entire database.
Hey,
Yeah. Go us, we're so
Yeah, we did it.
So you start skimming through the database and you find the one and show it to the seniors, and they're like, yes, we would need to go out and attempt to scan for the genetic similarities, but we should be able to find a match.
Can we do that scan from the ship? That's quicker.
And the same question.
You could attempt to, yeah. Like your scans are definitely hindered in fluidic space.
Okay, but it might point us in a closer direction to at least.
Right, you're trying to get
What's
like
our-
very fine data, which the ship sensors are good at gathering, lots of data, but like narrowing it down to a single point is going to be a bit more challenging.
Even if it gets us into a realm, so it doesn't have to be the exact. Doesn't have to be the exact ones. Ay. Can I have help?
can I assist on that? Try to boost the signal or something?
So we're just gonna say that you need to get a tricorder scan to find the matching piece.
Okay.
There's probably more than one.
So somebody's gonna have to go out there with them, is what we're getting at.
I'll go out.
Yeah, with a
them.
tricorder.
Yeah, with a tricorder. I'm the doctor here.
I'll go with you in case we have a security problem, and we'll have Vasily and Martin work on trying to make sure everything gets pinpointed exactly the way we need it to be.
If I have a lock pre-established on their communicators, is that better than me trying to beam over 3 sort of hazy signals?
We have the thingies.
The thing is, we do have my transport enhancers.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
you have your pattern enhancer, so that would
about
lower
those.
the difficulty by 1.
Okay.
All right.
But any transport is going to be, I guess, a 6 if we have those.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's going to be really tricky if something goes hairy.
Mhm.
I wonder if you just follow behind them as slow as you can in the shuttle, like they're walking along.
Yeah. I can't
The
go
back-
fast anyway.
Backwards,
The more the shuttle moves,
Do we have any
the
rope?
more pressure waves it sends out too.
Thank you.
Yeah, the more we move, the more they're going to be able to know that we're here, according to what they told us, right? Because they sense movement.
Right.
Well, they apparently know that we're here anyway.
Well, I mean, it's probably a lot harder to hide the shuttle than it is us just walking around.
Let's hope so.
I mean, and I'm assuming the big giant portal that we opened and closed definitely alerted them.
Yeah,
So suffice to say, we're on borrowed time.
we are.
Speaking of big giant portal that you closed, behind you, closes all the way. As Adela and the Cedars start to make their way out, and it sounds like Eaton's going to go as well.
Yeah, I'll go behind.
What you
Keep an
notice
eye out.
about these plants is that they're only up to about your knee. They are fairly young.
They're babies.
And you know, you would guess if there is some type of spatial rift within them, it would be pretty small.
So we're
Like,
not flying
maybe
through
not
there.
Enough for a ship to go
Not if
through.
it's loaded with a handheld explosive. It might be enough for all of us to jump through.
Absolutely not big enough for a ship to get through.
No.
Very challenging for one of you to get through. Like, you would have to be crawling on your hands and knees. The Cedars did mention that if you provided sustained energy, you could grow. They would grow very quickly.
Can we connect the
So I don't know if
ships?
that's something that Vasily and Gabriel want to look into while you guys are out.
Yeah,
going
maybe
for
we
a
should look at
spin.
a way. Does this thing have a deflector? It must have some sort
It
of.
does.
So we're like shining a glow, or like a grow lamp on one to make it
We might.
happy, and then explode the ship and everything else.
Well, I'll kind of talk to Vasily as you guys are walking. Like,
Oh boy.
if I remember correctly, Admiral Janeway somehow created a quantum singularity from their deflector. I'm sure that our shuttle does not have nearly enough power to do that, but
No, in fact, so like as you go off with the Cedars and start scanning, Gabriel and Vasily start talking about power, right? And how much power does the ship have? You're obviously, you've got a reactor, like a small reactor, right? Your phasers produce a lot of power. You could probably try to adjust them into a lower powered setting so that you're not burning the plants up. You could try to mess with the deflector dish so that it creates a more high energy pulse.
Well,
I don't know if you have other ideas.
it's a shuttle. The most powerful energy source on the shuttle would not be the weapons. It is the engines.
Right.
and this is a warp capable shuttle, right? So it's still
Oh yeah.
does have relativistically a very serious source of power. We can't
Yes.
channel it all at once until we channel it all at once, if you catch my drift. But what if we were to use low level phaser power to grow one of these plants big enough, once we've identified it, to then essentially blow the shuttle up inside of it, and then we jump into the portal.
We just have to make sure that the blast affects every other plant. So, like, depending on how the plants are, like, around, are they, close, clustered together? Are they around this whole thing where it's like, do we have to rig up wires to it at the right
Do we have any
place?
sense of what happens to the Seeker's habitat or structure when we try to detonate this rift? Did it just go poof? Because we open up a very large rift. Was everything outside of that rift within a certain area just annihilated, or did it turn inside out? That's fine.
So what happened was the self-destruct went off on the space station. The energy from that self-destruct, because it wasn't inside the rift, was drawn into the rift, which made it bigger. So there was still an explosion, but a lot of that energy was drawn into the rift, which made it grow.
Okay, so new theory: grow the identified plant to roughly the size of the last one. Fly the shuttle, or somehow take the warp core, place the warp core inside of this giant purple potato, set it to blow, and then using our thrusters or our impulse and whatever little reactor power we have, wait for it to go, and then fly into the original.
Yep.
Crazy enough for everybody?
Scary. That's scary.
If our trajectory's
You can
off,
calculate
though,
that, right,
where is that
Sealy?
going to put us?
Well, we don't know.
Hopefully, as long as it's in our galaxy, we got a fighting chance.
Right.
Well,
What are your home?
Oh yeah, no worries. Just somewhere in the galaxy, we'll be fine.
what if we were to take this plan and arrange the rift and the shuttle in such a way that us engaging our warp core would be the thing that opens the rift, and then we can use, because warp core is power and it's massive power.
I like where you're going with that. And actually, now that I think about it, I guess we can't ask them because they're outside. But do you think this, if the cedars aren't there to take care of these plants, are they just going to die on their own? Does 8472 have any idea how to grow a tree?
I mean, I feel like they would try and find another cedar or somebody or try and figure it out. And maybe even if they fail, the plant still might live. They might still be able to crawl in and go to another galaxy and kill
A
a
big
bunch of.
risk to take, leaving these
Like-
things here.
I mean, could we cut down the ones that we deem not the ones? Just like go in and slice, and toss them in the shuttle. And figure it
I
out
just
later.
opened up to page 83 of our awesome Utopia Planitia book, in which a very a stunningly amazing writer known as Al Spader wrote the warp core as a weapon.
Yes.
We're in
There have been
Alice territory.
several
Like it.
cases throughout history where a ship's warp core has been used to defeat an enemy or escape from their clutches. Usually a warp core is jettisoned if there is an uncontrollable breach, and an explosion is just a matter of time. However, with a few simple commands, the warp core can also be ordered to explode on a timer. This occurrence is typically a last-ditch effort to survive and is never used as a regular tactic. Ejecting the reactor is a difficulty 2 daring plus engineering task. And then lots of bad things happen once a reactor goes
Well, what I was thinking along those lines is, what if we could somehow take our warp core and basically unshield it somehow? Like it's going to emit the radiation in a focused path out behind us, so it puts off a lot more energy, but it doesn't just blow up and fry us. And we could somehow feedback close that when we move. How difficult would something like that be?
So the one thing about it is, if you want to blow up everything here, and you put the reactor in the rift to close the rift, everything here is probably not going to be affected.
Mm-hmm.
Radiation wake.
Detonating the reactor here on this little island that you're floating on will turn everything here into dust.
Okay, so we need to use something to open the rift and then leave our warp core behind, or our reactor. Are we going to be able to move without our reactor? Are we going to have impulse?
We'll have thrusters, and I'm assuming there's a backup reactor of some kind, but like emergency only, non-warp.
I mean, if we
Well,
put on our
so
beacon, someone's gonna find us eventually. But then we got to think about air and life support.
you got two things. So you have your suits. You got two things to think about. The first thing is that you have to destroy all of these plants, which is what you said you want to get rid of them.
Mm-hmm.
But you also want to close the rift behind you, right? So that's actually going to be two different explosions that you need to make happen. One here on the surface of the planet, of this asteroid thing. One within the rift itself.
Now, do you wonder if they have supplies to take care of the plants that might actually aid an explosion? Like how you can, use certain items that would be like plant items to make a bomb. So do you think maybe the cedars might have some items that they use in tending that could work?
You mean like using certain fertilizers as a reactive agent to make explosions?
Yes, maybe.
Yeah, I've heard of such a thing on the Resistance. But never seen it in practice.
Well, isn't the Ginsburg on the other side? Could we not? Once we are across, can we not use the Ginsburg to coax the rift?
If it pops out in the same spot,
Yeah, if
we have
we're-
no
if-
guarantee of.
Yeah, I believe that Janeway was transported many light years away. But she popped out.
Well, but also the rift that we just had closed on its own after a time.
Well, this fluidic space appears to be itself somewhat organic. So it essentially, like, think of it like honey or something, you know? Like it's like
That's
we can
true.
blow a
That's
hole in
true.
it,
Though
but it's not
the
gonna go.
rift will close as long as if the plant is no longer there sustaining the rift will close on its own.
So,
That's a
You
fair
just have
point.
to make sure that they don't come through.
Right.
I mean, they might come through, but I mean, the important thing is destroying everything here. And
Yeah.
Well,
getting
is it?
out.
Because the part of me is like, I kind of want to like ask. I'm gonna like, doctor, can you ask the Cedars if they're not around to take care of these things? Will the rest of the plants just die?
And I will, hey guys, tap tap, ask them questions about it.
They tell you that species 8472 definitely would be able to manage this crop. They probably wouldn't be able to crossbreed and find new rift types if that's something that
Still
they were
really
interested in doing.
Yeah.
But it's not a lot of work. It's just they're also busy doing other things, so it's easier just to have these Cedars stuck here doing it.
Yeah, can we I'm going to ask them if we can destroy the plants that we already deem are not the one that we want. Can we, will chopping them down at least help in the process of destroying them?
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to ask them to show me the ones that don't make the grades, even though I'm like supposed to be, checking as well, and get out.
So you're walking along the way and kicking them off of like ripping them up as you go.
Yeah.
I mean, do you have a hypospray for that?
I'm sure I have a hypo spray for that.
We're out there with a backhoe, just
Yeah.
So
Salt.
So finding your matching genetic code plant. Let's do we're gonna do reason plus medicine difficulty 2. Just to try to find this plant.
Okay.
Nice. There's 2 successes right there.
Successes. All right. So you
Nice.
find one that you think is a good candidate. It's up to about your thigh, and you send a message back to the shuttle, letting them know that you have got one.
Okay. I've got a good candidate here. Do you have the energy to grow it? So right here, this is it. This is the place. And then I'm going to turn around and I'm going to start like weird bleach hypo spraying other plants as they're trying to grow the one, and ask the Cedars to do the same thing.
So how are we planning on growing this plant?
Can you ask the Cedars how much energy it would take to grow it to?
So much energy.
Yeah, like
We need to.
reasonable. I don't know.
Can you
So-
speak? And have them.
Oh, yeah, so it needs a considerable amount of energy, but if it's but low and slow is better than high and fast, because high and fast will destroy.
Use the commander's phaser.
I
like,
was
you
gonna
know,
say, I have a
is that enough
phaser.
to grow? I know, just a human height size.
Probably you would probably need the shuttle's phasers to grow it
Okay.
quickly.
Okay.
If you-
So
like
another thought.
like the captain's
What if we just-
phaser easily do it over time.
Sure. Which we don't have much of.
Shuttle's phaser could do it in a few minutes. Though.
Well, bring it
Okay.
back here and we'll start phasing.
Yep. So so to get the right phaser setting, Mr. Engineer, Gabriel, let's make this difficulty 1. I'm gonna give you insight plus security to make this work.
Insight plus security. Okay. Not my strong suit. But
Can
And
I-
we will have you assisted by the ship as well.
Can
Okay.
I attempt somehow to, like, on the outside, kind of collaborate with this? With the security?
This is inside reprogramming the weapons system.
I got
So,
you. Okay.
I feel like if anybody would be able to give me an assist, it might be like a seeker. If it gives me like a frequency or something, these things could work. Yeah, let's give it a shot.
you gonna buy any dice?
Yep,
How many?
I'm gonna buy one more.
Okay.
2 more die. Why not?
2 more dice.
This seems like we should make one.
Yeah, we should make sure this works.
Yeah.
Okay, so there we go. There's 2 successes. And then I guess we
Alright.
should try the ship. Who wants to roll for the ship?
The ship needs a 5 to be successful.
I can
Celia, do you want to?
Yeah.
Where is? Just need to find my place to roll. There we go. Haha,
Nice.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Yeah.
That one, baby.
natural.
All right. So that is adding
Four
3 back. 3 back to the bank.
Yes.
All right. So you have the phasers tuned, and you have the plant discovered. So you start pouring some energy into that plant, and as you start like putting energy into that plant, you guys on the surface, are you doing anything? Are you coming back? What's the plan?
I believe that we're trying to kill plants on our way back.
Okay.
So we're doing a big
Cool.
sweep. Like we're kind of out and just working our way toward the ship. But as we're doing that, we're pulling out plants and
Celia, you're
Wait.
sitting at the front of the shuttle, and they're making their way back, and you notice on the display that your short-range sensors are putting up an alert that there is a ship coming near.
hot diggity.
Just a matter of
We
time.
have incoming. You may want to.
It looks like this.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Sure does.
Yeah, baby.
Sure does.
Terrifying.
Yeah. You guys may want to sprint. We have incoming. Commander.
Grow that plant.
Yeah.
Grow that plant.
Yeah.
Lieutenant Commander, do we have the warp core ready? Sorry, how many plants are there? Are they gonna be able to kill all of them, or is there like millions?
No. There's like 500. There's lots.
Oh
of
my God.
We need to drop
We're
the
not-
warp core. So I'm like, that needs to be ready soon.
stats.
Honestly, I'm honestly kind of thinking that we need to like jump into the rift bodily and just blow the thing up behind us and hope that there's something on the other side. that's gonna
Can you
catch us.
triangulate where the ship is coming from?
Can I?
Yeah, you know roughly where the ship is in relation to you.
How much time till it gets here?
3 minutes.
Run.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm going to actually. I'm going to say over the comms. You meet us
time to
over
catch
here, and I'm going to start running back towards the thing we're trying to get bigger, shooting at it with my phaser to help
Love it.
them get it bigger.
Awesome. And you 3 are gonna stay. You guys. So Adela, are you running to the ship, or are you,
You know
running
what?
towards?
I mean, once he says that, I'm gonna run toward the plant, the one plant, because knowing that everybody has to end up there
Mhm.
and do the same. thing.
Yeah, so I'm standing
just
right
gonna,
in front of it.
Turn around and phaser it. Yep, I'm
We're
just
not gonna
phasering.
try to get killed. We're gonna try to put ourselves through. Is that accurate, everybody?
So
I think it depends on how big it grows. If it can grow the size of a shuttle with having the shuttle beam and our phasers, then sure. But like, if we can't do that, then we're all just like making a dive.
Well, if it doesn't, if we
Based
don't,
on the rate it's growing now, how much time is it going to take for it to grow big enough to fly the shuttle through?
4 minutes.
It's very
How
specific.
big for it to fit humanoids through?
And the
2?
cedars.
Yeah, another couple minutes, maybe. Yeah.
Okay.
what's going to be paramount is stopping.
Crawl through it right
Yeah.
now. You need to.
What's going to be paramount is stopping species 8472.
Yeah.
The shuttle
Yeah.
is completely expendable in this. We cannot let 8472 continue to use this.
Completely agree.
Yeah. The plants and the shuttle need to be completely wiped out. They can't have access to it.
Question. The seed bank genetic information, where
Yes.
is it stored?
On the shuttle's computer.
Can we zip drive that? Can you like take it out? Right.
So first of all, is that possible? Can we put it on a physical media of some kind?
Yeah, we'll say. I mean, that will take time, of course, but yeah, I mean,
So I will
Or is
work
that
on
one
that.
of those little?
Can you download that into your
Read banks,
you
Vasily,
can download it to your brain.
into your cortex.
Or
Sure.
does it have one of
I
those?
do have the neural interface, so yes.
Yeah.
Right.
I will download it, and I will essentially put a fail-safe. First of all, I will delete it from the shuttle, and I will
Okay.
put a fail-safe on it. That if there any attempt is made to access it without a specific code, that it will erase,
Okay.
Love it.
and the
Alright,
code
so-
will be given only to my companions here.
Love it.
So let's say that is difficulty 2. I would say daring plus engineering would work. And I would give you your neural interface on that as well.
Yeah.
Neural interface. I get a bonus D20. Excellent.
Right.
I don't have a relevant focus on this, so that's fine. You said difficulty 2. Do we still have?
Do you want to buy a die?
Do we have momentum?
We have 3.
3 momentum.
Yeah.
Use a momentum.
Yeah, I will use the momentum, so I will have 4 die then. Okay.
Oh, look at that! 1, 2, 3, 4. You get.
Yeah,
That
buddy.
is 4 successes.
Nice.
All right. So you now have the entirety of their database in your database.
You're
Yeah.
so important, Vasily.
Handy.
All the time, you're just so important.
So, what I need to hear is, Gabriel, what is the plan now? Because Vasily is downloading all of this stuff into his brain. What are you planning on doing while these guys are phasering the plant pod, trying to get it as big as possible?
I'm just opening up a channel to everybody with the communicator. I'm like, how does everybody feel about me pointing the ship towards this planetoid, setting the warp core to go in 1 minute? I'm going to try to burn it in as deep as we can into the asteroid and give us enough time to just run through this portal and hope to God that this warp explosion wipes out the asteroid rather than opening up 500 portals.
And you've calculated that the rift is open wide enough for us to pass through now,
It is
right?
currently enough for us to crawl through, which I think that we can all get through in about a minute. Maybe I'll make it 2. We got about 2 minutes and 35 seconds left, based on my calculations.
Send the spears through now. Like, start pushing them through.
Start going through.
All right. I think we should push the cedars through first. To tell you the truth,
Go
I
ahead.
mean, they are important to keep out of.
they're important to
Yeah.
keep out of the hands and the ceiling. I think the cedars and the ceiling need to go through first.
I'll motion
Well,
for
I'm
them to
still on
go.
the shuttle, so I'm
Oh.
probably.
Me and I are both on the shuttle. We're both gonna.
Okay.
Basically,
Are you gonna like fly the shuttle over towards where the plant is and jump out of the shuttle into?
Yes.
Okay.
Sure.
But then I want him to then essentially kamikaze it straight down as far as it can go into the asteroid, as fast as it can go. Like try to tunnel it in, assuming it is in fact
Okay.
spongy, and then explode while it's as deep as it can get.
Like a cartoon with a digger on the front.
So I am now programming the warp core forward
All right.
2 minutes until I hit my.
Time to go.
Eden,
Cedar, if you wait this way, please.
they'll start making their way through. Like, are you still like as the cedars start making their way through? Are you still gonna try add some energy to get that as big as possible to try to get everybody
Yeah,
through?
I'll still be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm going to make a point to go last in case that ship
Okay.
somehow gets closer. I'm going to shoot at the
Okay.
ship if it shows up.
All right.
Hope it doesn't get there.
I think this is as good a time as any to take a short break to use the bathroom and get a drink, and then we'll
Indeed.
come back and see what happens.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, great. Yeah, we'll just take a
3
couple of
episodes
minutes.
so far.
Yeah, we'll get it going. Yeah, this is awesome.
What?
So come back, everybody, about 5 minutes, and we will wrap this baby up. Thanks, everybody. I'll see you very shortly. Welcome back. Here we are, part 2 of tonight's adventure. Thank you all for hanging out and sticking around with us. Al, I think without any further ado, my friend, get us back into the narrative. Man, we're all super excited. We've been jonesing all break, and I've already got to pee again. I'm that excited. So let's do it. Take us away.
All right, so again, we've made it into fluidic space. We found this weird, like little garden that species 8472 is trying to grow using slave labor, and every one of these plants has little portals inside of it. And our crew here has decided to help the people here instead of getting back out of fluidic space and back to their ship. And we've created a plan where we're going to make one plant much bigger so that we can get through it, and then I think detonate a warp core to try to blow up everything that's here. So it sounds like it's going to be fun. Vasily, you said you had something else you wanted to do on the
Just sort of as I program kind of the ship on its sort of final course, as you will, to go past the plant and into the asteroid. So as I set the course in, because like it doesn't move particularly fast, so I can probably let it kind of go a little bit. I'm going to start grabbing stuff from the ship. I don't know, do we have a portable replicator, whatever we have for communications, like portable communications equipment? I'm just like, we're gonna be out in space with nothing. So
I was also thinking about like, do we have
grabbing-
any like oxygen tanks I could take with us?
Like bug out bags. I would imagine that we would have bug out bags.
Yeah,
You know,
you probably
'cause
have a portable
there.
generator. You probably have a portable replicator. Like, yeah, we can say that you start grabbing all that stuff. You've only got a couple minutes, but you've set your course for your ship to crash into this
Yeah. it'll be fine.
asteroid and blow it up. So, that being said, the 3 cedars are through. You've gotten the shuttle near where the pod plant is that has the rift inside. And what's next? You're going to start throwing stuff down into the rift?
Like, what if there's, say, like some kind of rope of some sort, just like tie the one thing and then just kind of loop the bug out bags, or whatever loops,
Smart.
and just
Yeah, so if it all goes through, it's all still together, basically.
it's all still together, and also hold on and just go
We
with
can all
it.
grab it on the way down.
Yep.
All right.
Oh,
So, let's plan. Let's have you roll for the detonation sequence of the ship. It's again daring plus engineering difficulty 2.
Do we need to add a momentum to that, maybe?
No, it gives me a
Currently have-
14. Normal.
14's not bad.
And does the ship assist me on this?
Yes, the ship will help.
Okay,
with this.
so let's try it without. Uh-oh.
Oh.
That's a
Any
nat
chance
20,
I
kids
can,
at home.
Steal momentum real quick.
Nope, this is perfect. This is perfect.
Yes, it is.
So you get the warp core set to go in 2 minutes and 45 seconds. That was the plan. You actually only have 1 minute and 30 seconds.
Oh,
Boy.
okay.
Cool.
All right. That's fine.
All right.
Oh,
so
can
who's
we do
next
the
to go through?
So, sorry.
We get to roll for the ship too, right?
Oh yeah, you do get to add the ships, which is
Celia, roll a 1 for me.
Yeah.
engineering plus engines. Oh no, I guess you do. Yeah, and it's probably going to be security plus engines, but either way, it's 8.
Yeah, it's 8.
Nope, it's not a 1.
Oh boy.
So yeah,
I mean,
so
there's a 1 in there, but
So you have a one. This is gonna go off 1 minute before you expected it to.
Oh,
Okay.
Cool.
Well, at least it's before and not after, so let's get down there.
Yeah.
As I'm about to leave, I'm like, Commander, you might want to maybe send a broadcast to those 8472 guys and let them know that we're just here to fix the breach in our treaty.
Species 8472, I'd like to order a pizza, please. No.
I mean, we're
So
already.
who's going
voting
through next?
to-
Or I should say, of the 4 of you, who's going through first? Adela?
Yeah, it would have to be
This is
Doctor.
probably me.
Yeah.
Has this stuff already been thrown in with its long
Yeah.
cord?
We'll say this stuff's
Yeah,
been thrown down.
So I'm gonna
You got
grab the
45
cord.
seconds.
Yeah, I'm grabbing the cord and heading through. But also like the
Right.
end. Do I see the end of the cord? Is it like
We'll say it's
still
dangling out there. Yeah. We'll say you can
dangling
pull
up
it.
there? Okay. And just look at the commander and be like, you better be at the end of this cord on the other side of this whole thing. And
Who's
then
next?
go on through.
Okay.
You're right
Celia,
next to it. That's...
let's do this thing.
All right. Are you guys going together?
Yeah. Why not?
Yeah, I picture.
Or maybe
like,
I'll go like right after you, you know?
I feel like you guys do a cool little handshake and then grab together at the same time and like look at each other and like, yeah. Make sure
Yeah.
the commander gets on this.
Let's say difficulty 1, fitness plus con to jump into the rift.
This is fun.
All right, you first.
This is-
Fitness plus. Okay. Yeah, I made the difficulty 1.
Yeah, you got in. Good.
This is literally the
Right.
worst possible combo for me, so I'm going to definitely buy it.
Just one?
Oh no. Leave one for the commander.
And remind me, Al, what does spending determination do? Because I do have the executive officer talent that lets you guys use your determination if I spend momentum.
So.
Oh my gosh, I have a way to regain determination. I always forget about that because I'm a veteran.
I mean,
Oh.
could
Determination
my like
does-
little
Hold on.
well, like I have a close knit crew. I could add one with my like little speech of like you guys go together.
Oh, you're on the other side. There's
I'm
two.
on the other side. But
This
like
is kind of a special situation for a pep talk. And
But how about this? I have the spirit of discovery, which means I have the drive, spirit, and courage to voyage into the unknown. I'm going to spend my determination and add 3 points in our group momentum pool.
there you go.
Oh, I love that. I love that way better
There
than my
you go.
talent. Yeah,
That's
absolutely.
nice.
For momentum. But you still have to jump through. So spending determination can be spent for a couple of different things. You can spend it to reroll all dice in a pool. You can spend it to add a 1 to your pool essentially. You can do it to you can spend it to take another major action, things like that. And you can only spend it if one of your values is either coming into play or being challenged.
Gotcha. Okay. Just thought I'd check.
You gotta roll.
All right.
All right. Well, here I go.
So 3 dice, Gabriel. See what you got.
All right. I made it. I hit an 8.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah.
So you're in. So as you're jumping down from the shuttle and you like see the portal behind, down underneath you see off in the distance a ship coming.
Oh boy. I assume this is the same one that we knew was coming, and that was on visual, ocular sensors.
All right, so you make it
on my
in.
way down, I'm like, Commander, get in here.
Evan, there is a blast beaming down at the spongy material beneath your feet, coming right for you. A blast of energy shooting from the shuttle at you.
Oh man, I'm gonna turn.
I need you to succeed at a difficulty 3. Let's call it daring plus security to get out of the way.
Ooh, okay, that would give me a 15. I'd have to roll on. What's momentum?
Does he get a dangling rope? Is there still like the little last bit
The
of
rope's
dang-
already in. The rope's in.
Okay.
No rope.
All right. Yeah, I'm gonna
This
try.
is to get out of the way and dive into the portal.
I'm gonna buy 1 momentum so I can roll 3.
Okay, you've got there's 4 momentum in the pool, just so you know. So if you spend
Another
3 of that,
pick.
2 dice.
No, I mean I wanna spend 1 momentum so I roll 3 dice. My 2d20 for normal and then 1 extra, basically. So I want to buy 1 die.
I think Al's hinting that you should buy 2 dice.
Okay, I'll buy 2 dice. Let's do it. So
buy
4d20. Here we go, babies. This is it. Go big or go home. I see. I had to roll a 15, so I've got 3 successes.
That's enough. So you dive through the portal, and when you dive through the portal, everything goes to white.
Oh god. Where are we?
And you open your eyes, Eden, and you are like floating in a white, like not darkness, but completely bathed in light. And as you blink your eyes like you just did, you open them and you're sitting in a hallway at Starfleet Academy. And sitting next to you is a friend of yours, Jackson, from the Academy. And you're starting to realize that this is a situation you've been in before. This is the day that your father got you to graduate Starfleet Academy a year early.
Okay.
And as you come to understand that, the friend next to you starts talking.
I just don't understand how you did it, Ethan. I thought I had better grades than you and everything, and somehow here you are graduating a whole year in advance. If I didn't know better, it's as if you just had something on your side. Do you ever feel gratitude for such things?
Gratitude?
How did you do it?
Well, you
How
know,
do you
it's always a matter of determination and a matter of believing in yourself. I saw some stuff on Bajor before I escaped, before the Admiral decided to take me in and raise me as his own. You just good belief in yourself and belief in the system, you know. My
Is that
words
really
don't feel
all you
right
do?
coming out of my mouth. Like, this is not what I would have answered before. It's like a pre-scripted thing. Like, it's something people have asked me this question before, and so I'm answering an answer that's not really what I think, I guess.
Is it all that you believed in, Eden?
Well, I don't believe in a no-win scenario. You know that.
Well, you're certainly not losing now.
Well, hopefully that'll pay off for me someday.
Blink
If
your
only
eyes.
all
You're floating in a field of white again. Very peaceful, very calm. You blink your eyes, and you're sitting at a round table across from the admiral who raised you. And next to you is the commander of your ship. You're sitting there as a lieutenant. And the admiral, you realize this is when you get given your rank of commander. And the commander of your ship looks at you and says, how did you manage it?
I've got like a recently closed wound on my forehead. I've got an arm in a sling. Well, sir, you recall when the and I have to think for a second to remember exactly who it was for a second. There's something weird with my memory for a second, but then I remember. You remember when the Romulans, when they tried to destroy the ship and everybody was breached into space, and I look at him because he was breached into space. He shouldn't be here in this memory. And I just
and he says, and that allows you to climb the ranks with ease?
Nothing's ever easy, sir. You told me that. And I think Tarjem's actually sitting across the way too. And this is Jeremy's character. He kind of just raises an eyebrow at me like he's curious because he's actually like my security chief command guy. So he's kind of looking, listening.
You get the sense that this person that you're talking to isn't truly like, it's the commander, but you don't feel like it's the commander that's talking to you.
Okay.
And it looks at you and says, so you believe in yourself?
That's all we have to believe in, isn't it? Ourselves. And in Starfleet, of course.
And you do not believe in us?
Us? I think my
That's okay.
hand goes to my ear, like where one of the earrings would be, but I've long since removed it since I was a child and I escaped that day. I don't have any use for you.
But we have a use for you. And when you blink, you are falling on the ground onto a planet, a field of green grass. And your friends are all around you. The Cedars are not there, but the four of you are standing on a planet.
That was different. All right, is everyone all right?
And you made it. Just runs over and does some scans. He's the newest one that came.
Put a reassuring hand on her shoulder to make sure she's real after what I just saw.
Yeah, everybody around you is real.
Okay.
We'll say that Vasily is like gathering up all the materials that you threw through the portal into a pile, and you're kind of on this like grassy hill, like the side of a grassy hill, and you feel the urge, Eden, to start climbing up the hill.
How does everybody feel about climbing?
Sounds great.
Well, we got pretty lucky landing. We're landing here.
It'd be good to get a vantage point.
Right.
Makes sense.
Let's find out where here is.
Just is gonna take a backpack and toss it on and start trucking up.
Has anybody seen the Cedars?
I was going to ask the same thing.
Here. They weren't here when we showed up. When I showed up.
Is there any signs of a rift or anything still? Like what we just climbed through?
No rift at all.
Or just start scanning as we hike.
Yeah, so you get to the top of this hill and you're looking down into a valley, and there's like a cloud mist just beneath you, and as you reach the peak, that mist kind of like starts blowing away, and revealed in this ravine is a starship, which I am putting into our Discord profile.
Yay, it's the Ginsburg. No, I'm just kidding.
It is not the.
Oh, we wish.
What is that?
This is an ancient Bajoran sail ship, solar sail ship.
Huh.
Which we know somebody or a legend of somebody that sailed one with his son.
Now, it looks brand new.
All right.
I'm going to see if I can triangulate where we are.
So as you start like scanning the two suns that are in the air, you start piecing together some information, and as you conduct your scans, you're able to think based off of what you see in the sky. You are in a region that is not on any star chart, Federation star charts.
Interesting.
We'll probably be able to get a better way to triangulate where we're at from the ship. Right, Vasily?
Yes. I mean, we have some equipment, and I list off kind of what we have, but I'm like, you're right. The ship probably, if we were able to activate it, would have stronger sensors, surely.
Can I detect any other kind of beings on the ship or otherwise? No, nobody.
No, nothing.
No, nothing.
Nope.
So we're all alone here. No species 8475 though, so
8675.
309. All right. I'm gonna start leading the way down to the ship to get closer to it to see if we can get a better idea of what we're dealing with, and hopefully it'll be something we can use. I mean, we might be able to use it to get out of here. I don't know. So
It's a beautiful ship. It's clearly Bajoran in nature.
it's like
Yeah.
My
nice
first
and
time seeing one of these in
gold.
person. It's gorgeous.
Yeah.
But we've heard about this. We've heard about these ships.
Lieutenant Vasily, have you flown one of these before? Or?
Those are not active, right?
No, they are. In fact,
you know-
they are hundreds, if not thousands, of years old.
Could we be in a different time?
It's possible. My readings are not giving me any clues.
That would explain why the stars don't align potentially.
We're just gonna have to see if this baby is space worthy.
Because we knew that the space rifts could take us to different places. Perhaps there was a space-time element to it.
Could be.
But the explosion called a space-time anomaly. That's.
I'm not detecting any trace whatsoever of the portal.
Let's get
I
to the
have
ship.
no idea. There's no trace. There's no. It's not left over like it was in Fluidic Space.
So as you start walking down to the ship, you notice that on the side of the hull of the ship, you would notice, Gabriel, that this ship is much larger than any that you've read about before. As you get a little bit closer, you can see like the name is on the side of the ship, and it's called Redemption.
The Redemption. It's a beautiful name for a beautiful ship. I've definitely never seen one this size before. I've only read about the ones like the Captain Sisko had created to kind of sail through and prove the Bajoran Cardassian connections. But this is a whole different scale.
When I hear it's called Redemption, I think back to what that voice said, that there was a plan for me. And I turned to just do you have a moment, Doctor?
Yes, of course, always.
I kind of step off to the side a little bit while they're looking at the ship, trying to figure out all the electronics and the piloting and everything. Jissa, did you see anything when you arrived here? Did you any bizarre sights or sounds or memories?
No, sir. I just ended up on the grass, but I will say that our universe is a mysterious thing, and there might be a cross between, a crossroads of fate, just by making a leap like that. So did you have an experience you want to share?
Faith, you say. Weird choice of words.
Well, I mean, as a personal journey, a lot of things can happen when you're possibly nearing an end, and you might want to reach out for some faith to know that you can continue on.
Can I?
To give you a boost.
Do I sense if there's anything like off about her? Like, it's kind of weird, the coincidence of her talking about faith and me thinking that the prophets that I haven't had any use for since that day I escaped on Bejor and watched a bunch of people be killed in the name of the prophets. I think it's kind of coincidental. Is there any sort of instinct I maybe have of like she's acting weird, or this is a different memory, or?
I mean, it is a coincidence.
Okay. Of course, you're right. Let's get back to the others. Let's get this thing.
So as you finish your discussion, Gabriel and Vasily, as you like start looking around, there's actually a bridge on this ship. It's not super tight and like hard to fit into like the ships of old. You realize that these solar sails, while they are adept at collecting photonic particles for impulse drives, also within the sails themselves are warp coils.
Genius.
Fascinating.
Look at this, Vasily. I mean, the way they just so elegantly work these warp coils. I've never seen anything like it.
Yes, I've never seen anything so interesting.
I'd like to see what kind of speed you could get out of this thing.
Yes. Can we fire it up?
Yes, you can.
I'll see if I can find the controls of power on the warp core.
So as you go to try to find all of the stuff, when you try to power it up, it does say Captain voice recognition, please.
Captain, try it out.
I have a feeling. Commander, you're needed on the bridge.
Yeah, I'd like to think at this point, Jissa and I have kind of come in as well. And
Yep.
What is it? What do you mean?
I can't put my finger on it, but I feel like you've got to be the one to do this. Voice recognition required.
It's asking for a captain, sir.
And I'll kind of clap my hand on his back and kind of
Yeah.
fatherly and proud, you know.
Jess is gonna like knowingly nod. You've got this.
I look at Vasily because he's the one I haven't really interacted with out of the three of them yet. I'll just look at him for a second. And then in like native Bajoran tongue, I'll say, "This is Captain Rawl requesting permission for access to control the redemption."
And the whole interior starts to light up. Screens start lighting up all around you. And from the center of the floor, a chair rises up and locks into place. Chairs rise up at each of the stations, locking into place.
I guess I'll sit there. If we could, everybody, let's see if we can. Let's see how space worthy this is. And I'm gonna make my way over to the chair.
By the time you turn around, I'm already in. Like,
Right? Yeah. Yes. Yes.
And yeah, I'm flipping switches and turning dials and manipulating screens.
Love it.
So it seems very space worthy, Captain. Captain, it suits you.
This seems right. It feels good.
All right. Lieutenant Vasily, can you take us out of here, please?
Sure. And I attempt to get us going.
So the one thing you notice, Vasily, is that the impulse speed is you can achieve very high impulse speeds very quickly, much faster than you could on some of your Federation ships. However, maneuverability once you get there is not great, and you're able to rise up into the atmosphere and break the atmosphere, and you're hovering around this planet. You've got starfield around you.
Once I sort of see that it's clear, I'm gonna test out some of that speed just to like zoom us a little bit around the planet.
Oh yeah, inertial, and the acceleration you guys don't notice at all. It's got inertial dampers. It's pretty sleek.
The acceleration is excellent on this, Captain. I am not certain about and then like the ship kind of like shakes a little bit. I'm like, the maneuverability is not what I am used to.
I want to see if there's some kind of logs about any kind of like personnel or maps. I think personnel would be more my expertise. Maps maybe.
It's probably still Vasily.
Yeah.
There is no list of anyone having ever served on this ship.
Wow.
Does it have any record of does it have like star charts, calendar, like just like trying to see, does it help us figure out when and where we are?
No, but you can scan. Yeah, I mean, you can easily scan now that you're up off the planet's surface and you're all powered up. And you will determine that you are, like, as far as your quantum resonance go, you are in your current time. You are not shunted through time. If anything, maybe the ship has, like, shunted through time. Like, it seems very highly advanced, especially compared to what you've known about these ships in the past.
Okay. So
Let's do a scan. Let's do a reason plus science scan to try to figure out where we are. You know what? Yeah, let's do reason plus science scan to figure out where we are.
So reason of 10 and science of 4.
Nice.
Figure out if this is sus or not.
Guesses.
Right. So, as you get up, you do some scans. Now you get all the star fields around you. You go through, now that you've got a Bajoran database here to help you out, you detect that you are... Here's the Bajoran wormhole, right? That leads to the Alpha Quadrant.
Mm-hmm.
You are on the far side of the Gamma Quadrant of the wormhole. So if you think about where Discovery was in the Delta Quadrant, you're about that far away from the wormhole in the Gamma Quadrant.
Mm-hmm.
Well, at least we're in our own universe.
Yeah.
How fast is the warp drive?
What's that?
How fast is the warp drive in this thing?
Yeah, I mean you can do, warp 9.9, 9.8, 9.9. Can't
Wow.
cruise at that, but it goes that fast.
Something that probably we as players may have forgotten, but we as characters probably wouldn't have. Before we left the planet, we'd like to scan for the cedars.
Oh yeah.
Because we kind of lost 3 people that we were trying to rescue.
Right. Like, where?
Yeah.
Where did
Now
they
that
go?
we're in orbit, we've got these powerful ship scanners. Maybe now we can do like a full planetary search.
Yeah, also, like, how
There's no sign of the Cedars anywhere on this planet.
Oh boy.
That wouldn't make sense because we all jumped through.
I don't get it.
So weird.
Where did they go? They went through first.
Yeah.
We went through first, but we were holding
Or
the
they're-
line.
Well, we'll have to make sure we find them. We can't just leave them stranded over here. But if there's no sign of them here, what else could have happened? Could they have been shunted somehow through the portal someplace else?
Could we have been shunted somehow else?
There's that as well.
I mean, they were directing energy weapons directly at you.
Yeah, it could have grown and just changed. But that was at Cap. That was not at the rest of us. Like, I should be where the Cedars are, in theory.
So,
Aren't you guys all hung on the same rope?
Well, we didn't have the rope, but you guys have the rope. Or maybe I have the rope. There's stuff.
well, we have a ship, and we have a map, and we have a very fast warp drive, so where to, Captain?
How powerful are the sensors on this thing? Can I figure that out? Like, I'm going to do see if I find any traces of like attacking us. One of the two, I think, were.
None of those in the immediate vicinity. At least not to the degree that would come out of a wormhole or.
Which I assume I'd be able to detect within, like, I don't know, a couple few light years. Like,
Yeah.
Well, I have no idea how we got here. There's no trace of us ever having been through a portal, or a portal having been opened anywhere within about 5 light years, I'd say.
Well, then there's only one thing left to do, and that's to plot a course home. And we'll just finish strong.
All right.
All right, I guess we should probably try to steer clear of the Dominion. I know we haven't
Hopefully
been in a war
so.
for a while, but I can't imagine they'd be thrilled to see us here.
Course laid in, Captain.
Thank you. Let's see if we can beat him on the race home.
All right, and with that, we're gonna close season 1.
Oh man!
Star Trek 4 Form.
Cool.
Amazing! What an ending, Al. So good. I was over here like, what's going on? But I love it. I love it. Very, very cool. This has been a
Wow.
blast. Yeah, I love this game. I'm not gonna lie. I love it. You guys
Oh.
are all awesome. This is so much fun. Thanks everybody at home for hanging out, watching and interacting with us. I apologize I didn't have chat open, so Raven, thanks for hanging out with us and talking and having some cool ideas and reactions. But this has been great. We will have some discussions behind the scenes, and hopefully you will see us boldly go and on our own little path of redemption and figure out what's going to happen next. So let's take a minute real quick to just say who everybody is and remind you what all we're up to in the immediate future, and we'll close it out right. So let's start with right above me, Adela. Adela, thank you. This was so much fun.
Yeah, thank you. This is fantastic. Yes, Adela Perez. You can find me at bellabkids.com, Craft Ninja most things on socials, and yeah, that's it. In here, in this wonderful place, Wanderer's Haven. Thank you.
Yes. Do you have anything fun coming up with gameplay?
What do we have coming up? I have to ask.
You have your Magical Girls series.
Eastern time. So I'm really excited for that. We've just had session 0.
Yeah.
So everything's kind of plotted out. So come and join us for that.
Yeah, that's our
It'll be
new
fun.
Girl by Moonlight series that Chaz is running, and that's going to be pretty cool to see. That's a really awesome cast for that, and I'm excited to see what you guys do. Yeah, you said that's on Wednesdays at 2, correct?
It's Wednesdays at 2 Eastern. So for our time, it's 12 o'clock, and our time is Mountain. Yeah, all I can say is bring your tacos.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, I love that. Well, Adela, thank you so very much. This has been so much fun. So. Matt, right there, sharing the screen with her. Tell us what you are up to as well, my friend. I love the shirt. It really kind of pulled it all together today. Great Christmas present. Nice bonus points there. So tell us a little bit about what's going on.
Thanks, Adela.
Yes.
Well, so you can find me on, I mean, really here if you're trying to follow sort of game stuff, Wanderers Haven. Otherwise on Instagram at workingman070. But you're going to be seeing, me and Adela again on Saturday the 20th, midday, for a Shadow Dark game.
Yes.
I can't remember if that's a one-shot or a mini.
It's a little mini
kind of
arc.
thing.
Yeah, it's a little mini arc. A couple of different sessions. Yeah.
I'm pretty stoked. I haven't played Shadow Dark yet, but I know it's a kind of good old school kind of throwback to kind of some of the earlier versions of D&D.
Yeah.
With a bit of a dark twist, which is kind of cool.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be fun.
Really super fun.
Yeah, it's another great thing we had coming. I can't wait to see that and play too. And but Matt, thank you so much. You guys are awesome. I appreciate you guys, sharing the time with us and playing some Star Trek adventures. It was fun.
Oh,
so
well, thanks for having us. This is a blast.
That is.
Definitely a great gaming moment in my life, really.
I love it. You guys were on fire tonight, so thank you. Andrew, my friend, thank you for hanging out as well, man. I mean, what do you got coming up? I know you do a lot of fun, exciting, cool stuff too. So,
Yeah, I've been Andrew. It's been a blast playing this with all of you, and you can find me at Sword Compass on the socials. I am on the Twitter, or whatever they call it.
Twitter, X,
I am still on Twitter, no matter what they call it. I guess is my point.
Yes.
I'm doing a couple of in-person things. I'm going to be, if you happen to be at Winter Fantasy or at GaryCon, I'll be at those conventions. So if you're there and you'd like to say hello, please say hello, or reach out to me at Twitter and we'll find a way to say hello. I think that's the majority of kind of what I have coming up. I have a couple of other occasionally streamed games, which I'll post about on the socials. I'm playing in a the Lord of the Rings game from Free League, but the 5e version of it. We're just finishing up a campaign in that, and with one of my other groups that streams, and then we're gonna be doing a Fantasy Flight Star Wars mini thing.
Ah,
so that's
awesome.
Gonna be cool. Which I think is gonna be streamed as well. So, that's me. Thank you very much, Al, for running, and it's been a pleasure playing with all of you guys.
Absolutely. So thank you, Andrew. We look forward to seeing all those cool, fun stuff. We'll let Al go next, but after I just say that I played a Don Rawl, who is now apparently captain, and that was super fun. So Al, thank you for that really cool character stuff at the end. I live for that stuff, so that was a blast. So thank you, and like I said, hopefully we do more in the future. So Al, if you could tell us a little bit about yourself and what you are working on in the world out there of writing, and then I will close us off at the very end.
Yeah, awesome. That was great. Matt and myself and Andrew were texting back and forth about that closing season with you on how we could set it up and make it really cool.
Oh, amazing. I had no idea.
Yeah, and so you did like the look. You need to go back and rewatch this and watch the look on your face.
Awesome.
It was priceless.
Awesome.
Yeah, so I'm Al Spader. I am a freelance writer. I do write for Star Trek Adventures. We have tons of stuff coming out this year, so keep your eyes open. I think you're all going to be excited. And I also wrote a game called Sentience 2D20, which is you play sentient robots trying to create a society. I just released Tales from the Awakening, which is 4 missions for that game. So altogether, there are now 6 full missions out for that game, which is cool. I just released my Terrifying Tales from New England Folklore. So if you like Houlihan / Headless Horseman, they're in there. But this is for Monster of the Week. It's 3 Monster of the Week mysteries Been doing a lot of work with a group called the Yellow Hand, which is a collective of creators who write, do graphic design, do art, and we're all just trying to support each other's projects to get them out. So lots of awesome stuff by that group. If you go on a Drive Through RPG and look up the Yellow Hand, you'll see all the awesome stuff we've done, like some Morkborg things that are pretty awesome, a bunch of Monster of the Week, lots of cool stuff on there. So yeah, otherwise I'm GM_Admiral on every social. And yeah, this was a lot of fun. I love playing with you guys. The Ginsburg crew is a lot of fun. Although I guess they're no longer the Ginsburg crew. So.
The Redemption crew.
It's not for a while.
Yeah.
So I really wanted to come up with a way that we could have like an ending and a beginning at the same time.
Totally.
So like this could be an awesome send off for the group, or it could be an awesome beginning to another arc. So we'll see where we go from there.
Perfect. Well, I think you nailed it. And Al, thank you so very much wholeheartedly for all of the episodes that we've done so far. As a whole, this has been a blast. It's been a real treat to have you on the channel and playing. And really, you got, I know Andrew had played before, but Adela and Matt and myself, we started playing the game with you, and here we are still playing it. So it was great to introduce us to a new game that we love. So thank you for that. I really appreciate it. So.
Awesome. Yeah, I loved it. It was a lot of fun. Thanks for having me.
Thank you. So yes, I have been Kevin, the host, and we know what else is going on. But just so you know, here on Wanderer's Haven, we do have other stuff going on, even though this is a temporary little ending, as it were, for here. Tomorrow we actually have a special one-shot that Jeremy is running of Arcane Crimes Division, which is a super cool game. It's like a buddy cop procedural type of thing in a fantasy world. Super cool, super fun. That's at 2 o'clock tomorrow. He'll be running that with a really good crew as well. And we also have on Monday, we have Miniature Monday, which is our typical 3 o'clock time that Jeremy's going to make some minis that he always does. And then we have going all the way to next week on the 14th, not next week, week after, 14th, I don't know my days. We're going to be playing, we get to play Vaesen, which is a really cool Scandinavian, like Monster Hunter type of cool thing. And that'll be fun too. But yes, this has been Star Trek Adventures, published by Modiphius, and thank you all so very much for being here and hanging out with us all tonight. And as always, we hope to see you again soon. So take care, live long and prosper, and boldly go. Thanks so much, everybody.